Hi, Greg Gators. Happy Friday. Wearing my Greg Gators stuff today. Got my green on. I am all in for Greg School spirit. How about you guys? Been a long week. I know you know that. And I miss you. And I wish we were back in school. But we're finishing up another week and headed into spring break. Of course, it'll be different than usual spring breaks. I have another book for you today, and I think it is awesome. It's called The Important Book by Margaret Wise Brown. Margaret Wise Brown wrote a book called Goodnight Moon. Maybe you have heard that story many, many times before. Maybe not in a while, but when you were little, I bet you're familiar with it. And I want you to think about things that you are discovering that are important now that we are home every day and not going to school and not doing our normal routines and our activities and our clubs and our sports and our play. What would you put in your important book if you were writing a book like this one? So here we go. The Important Book by Margaret Wise Brown. The important thing about a spoon is that you can eat with it. It's like a little shovel. You hold it in your hand. You can put it in your mouth. It isn't flat, it's hollow, and it spoons things up. But the important thing about a spoon is that you eat with it. The important thing about a daisy is that it is white. It is yellow in the middle, and it has long white petals, and bees sit on it. And it has a ticklish smell, and it grows in green fields, and there are always lots of daisies. But the important thing about a daisy is that it is white. The important thing, there we go, about rain is, today's a rainy day, is that it is wet. It falls out of the sky and it sounds like rain and it makes things shiny and it does not taste like anything and is the color of air. But the important thing about rain is that it is wet. The important thing about grass is that it is green. It grows and is tender with a sweet grassy smell. But the important thing about grass is that it is green. The important thing about snow is that it is white. It is cold and light and it falls softly out of the sky. It is bright and the shape of tiny stars and crystals. It is always cold and it melts. The important thing about snow is that it is white. The important thing about an apple is that it is round. It is red, you bite it, and it is white inside. And the juice splashes in your face, and it tastes like an apple, and it falls off a tree. But the important thing about an apple is that it is round. The important thing about wind is that it blows. You can't see it, but you can feel it on your cheek and see it bend trees and blow hats away and sailboats. But the important thing about wind is that it blows. The important thing about the sky is that it is always there. It is true that it is blue and high and full of clouds and made of air. But the important thing about the sky is that it is always there. The important thing about a shoe is that you put your foot in it, you walk in it, and you take it off at night, and it's warm when you take it off. But the important thing about a shoe is that you put your foot in it.
The important thing about you is that you are you. It is true that you were a baby and you grew and now you are a child and you will grow into a man or into a woman. But the important thing about you is that you are you.
The end. Boys and girls, what would you put in your important book? What's important to you now that you are home and not able to go out and do your activities? Maybe you could write some things down and write your own book. If you do, send them to me. Send them through Google Classroom. Send them to my email. I would love to hear from you. Bye, Greg Gators. Check in this weekend and I'll be reading the next chapters of The Spring According to Humphrey. Bye.